Even Elon Musk, the man worth hundreds of billions, doesn't come close. Neither do Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, or Mark Zuckerberg. Because the richest family in the world isn't made of individuals, it's a dynasty. A dynasty so vast that their fortune is measured not in billions, but in trillions. This is the story of the family that quietly controls wealth on a scale larger than entire nations. The story of a power so hidden, so untouchable, that most people will never even know their names. But you're about to. Unlike today's flashy billionaires, this family didn't build their fortune through one company, one invention, or even one generation. They built it through centuries of empire, banking, oil, and influence. Their wealth is not on display. It's embedded in global systems. Think oil under the desert, money flowing through Wall Street, and silent ownership of companies that shape our daily lives. Their fortune is not just money, it's power. And power passed down through generations becomes something even governments fear. Every empire starts somewhere. For this family, it began in the 18th and 19th centuries when small business dealings turned into control of entire economies. Some families started in banking, moving money when kings and queens still ruled the world. Others struck black gold, oil fields that transformed deserts into empires. These beginnings weren't just about luck. They were about strategy, about being at the right place at the right time, and then never letting go. What separates the world's richest family from the world's richest man is simple: longevity. Elon Musk may rise and fall with Tesla's stock price. Bezos may sell his shares. But dynasties don't collapse with one generation. They spread their influence across industries: oil, banks, real estate, luxury brands, and even governments. A billionaire is rich, but a dynasty is eternal. This family doesn't just buy mansions, they buy influence. They don't just build companies, they build empires. For some, the turning point came with oil. Entire nations bent to their will because they controlled the flow of energy. Others turned finance into a weapon, controlling central banks and debt markets that governments couldn't escape. And then there are those who built their empire by fusing both money and resources, creating wealth streams so vast they could never dry up. These families are no longer measured in dollars, but in power over the global economy itself. What does life look like when your family's net worth makes even billionaires look broke? Private palaces bigger than small cities, collections of jets, yachts, and mansions in every continent. Entire companies run just to manage their wealth. But the most luxurious thing they own isn't gold or cars, it's anonymity. While the world debates who is the richest man, the richest family quietly stays in the shadows, enjoying luxuries that make the word billionaire lifestyle look ordinary. Their wealth is not just about luxury, it's about control. Imagine being able to influence the price of oil with a single decision. Imagine having the power to move markets just by shifting investments. Imagine whispering in the ears of presidents and prime ministers and being heard. That's the reality of the richest family in the world. They don't need fame. They don't need attention. They have something far more valuable: control over the invisible levers of the global economy. You've probably heard of the Rothschilds, the banking dynasty whispered about in conspiracy theories. Or the Rockefellers, the oil tycoons who once controlled 90% of America's fuel. Maybe you've heard of the Waltons, heirs of Walmart's global retail empire. Or the House of Saud, rulers of oil-rich Saudi Arabia. But what if the real richest family is one you've never heard of? Because true wealth doesn't announce itself, it hides in plain sight. The richest family's fortune is often estimated in the hundreds of billions, sometimes even trillions. But here's the truth. No one knows the exact number. Their wealth is scattered across trusts, offshore accounts, secret holdings, and assets hidden in layers of corporations. That's the power of dynastic wealth. It's not just about what they own, it's about what they control. And the deeper you look, the more one terrifying truth becomes clear. Money this powerful doesn't just buy luxury, it buys the world itself. So, who is the richest family in the world? Is it the Waltons, quietly stacking billions through Walmart sales? Is it the House of Saud, holding trillions in oil beneath the desert? Or is it an older dynasty like the Rothschilds, whose fingerprints are still on global finance centuries later? The answer may never be known. But one thing is certain. Individuals may rise and fall, but dynasties endure. And while billionaires play for the spotlight, the richest families play for history. Because at the end of the day, it's not about money. It's about power. And power, once inherited, never dies.